Who is this for other than investors? We touched on it a few episodes ago. WPLL, the group in charge of the Women's Super League and of the Women's Championship, were considering getting rid of relegation and promotion. Some new details emerged this week. The changes would be that relegation from the WSL would stop from the 26-27 season, that promotions from the Championship would continue until both the WSL and the Championship reach 16 teams. There would then be a vote at the end of the 2030-2031 season about whether to reintroduce relegation.
So apparently there's going to be a vote, but we don't know when the vote's going to be.
No.
Firstly, I think I would love to see the WPLL consulting fans.
Yeah.
Fan bases are sort of the lifeblood of the league, are the reason they're making these changes to grow the league. So it makes sense to me to be speaking to not only clubs and investors, which I'm sure they're doing, but doing some sort of public consultation.
But also managers and players as well.
Totally.
I think it was Gareth
Just
Taylor.
all stakeholders.
Who is this for other than investors?
Yeah.
So apparently they're
Well,
saying that removing the threat of relegation would encourage owners to invest more and help develop a more competitive league. I think that is literally the opposite of
That's
what would happen.
so completely backwards.
Surely owners invest when the threat of being relegated is bigger.
You need that element of jeopardy because teams have been coasting.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get rid of any risk at all, then they're just going to continue to coast. I think it's so... How can you look at the history of what clubs have been doing over the past 3 years and think, oh yeah, if we take away the jeopardy, they'll suddenly invest?
Also, it feels like taking away relegation and then just having promotion from the Championship to the WSL one every year feels like they're priming us for a closed league.
Yes.
Really,
kind of
really
by
does.
stealth.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause
And it feels as well like by doing that, they're just trying to copy what works in the NWSL by having a closed league, but without having all of the other work in the background around it.
It would kill off the rest of the pyramid.
Yep.
It would mean that it would be so hard to get investment for any lower league teams.
Yep.
It would really cut off growth in our game. Like, we have a completely different ecosystem to North American sports, so it just doesn't make sense.
You would kill all interest in teams, and it's just such a backwards decision. It's really interesting that this dropped in the same week as Matt Beard losing his job as such a strident,
outspoken,
someone calling for significant investment across the board in players and facilities and like club structures. It feels really like there needs to be some kind of unified fan outcry against this, in the same way that there was in men's football a couple of seasons ago against the idea of the European Super League.
Exactly.
That was such an effective mobilisation of fans and clubs to kill this idea, and I really hope we see something like that in the women's space, and I really hope we see clubs consult fans on this.
Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear what everyone thinks, and if anyone thinks it's a good idea.